Hey guys, you're here with CHIU443. Today I'm doing a review of the MX5 or 2, I'm not too sure the name. 3D plane from Hobby King. Uh, okay, so first, it's a nice looking plane. It's easy to fly when I got to kind of fly it in the first place. I got this during Christmas, and one problem that I had, well, not a problem, but a thing that was actually my fault was I kind of gave a full throttle and I didn't realize how much torque it had because I'm not used to these type of planes. I have like a Corsair, Super Cub, Sky Surfer, EDF, so I didn't realize the torque was going to be such a problem. So yeah, so I crashed it and this like here completely broke off, like it completely broke off. So it broke well, it didn't break the motor, it broke the motor shaft, the extender, and the canopy and everything. So I glued back the whole entire foam part, and I went to go get a new motor because the fact that this motor is an outrunner, as you can see, like it doesn't have the shaft popping out, so you have to buy one of these, which is really hard to find. Um, I decided just to get a normal one. So now, if it breaks, I can just get another part, which was really easy. Um, it's not that hard to find. It's a really fun plane to fly for a beginner 3D. For its size, it's really good. The price, I think, is like around $200, but it comes with all the electronics. Like they're not the cheap Hobby King like blue servos there. Another thing that I'm kind of now, these are going to be some details that I really don't like right now, is that after a while, it's been like only a month now. I don't know if you can see it. There's like kind of, one sec, let me focus it right there. There seems to be a lot of stress right there, because that's where the carbon fiber rod ends, which it comes with it, but that's where it ends. And now like it bends a lot more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a carbon fiber arrow, which is like a lot cheaper. It's like $3 to $4 around there, and they're real carbon fiber. And when I go online to look up like just a normal rod for stuff like this, it's like $20. So I might as well just go buy one. One arrow that's made out of carbon fiber. So yeah, I replaced the motor with this. It's an E-Flight 32 power. It was $74, which is not bad. It's a 770 kV. So yeah, it's a really good motor. It's almost the same power as this one. This one's a stock motor. This one's good, but this one has a little bit more power, which gives it more ability to hover and everything. I haven't been able to hover, but I've seen a lot of video of people just doing it with the stock motor. But so I'll have a bit more power. As you can see, I put scotch tape here. It's still a really good setup. I just put scotch tape because I don't want to lose a battery this big. Because when you're doing 3D, you can't take chances of like the canopy unhooking. It's got a clip and everything. It's really nice. The servos are already pre-installed, which I really love. That was a good job. So yeah, it was fun and everything. It was easy to set up. You have a lot of space for your battery. I have a 14.8 volt 2200, and I think I get around like that's like pushing it to its limit, like 5 minutes, and that's kind of pushing it a bit. But I have two batteries, so it's really fun. So I can use it almost 10 minutes. Another bad part is that they tried to make the wheel non-steerable, like it was just loose there, or they gave you parts to build one, like you can steer with the rudder, but the rods were too long. Everything was so complicated. So I just decided to leave it like loose sort of thing, like it just rolls on its own, and it broke. So then I put super glue, and it broke. I put epoxy, and it broke. So now I just leave it like that. It doesn't hook onto the grass or anything. It drives perfectly fine. The landing gear is actually metal, like the little rods there. There's metal inside, so it's really strong. So this is the motor, the E-Flight motor. One of the big problems too, I was really mad at this because they gave me this little like checklist that they supposedly check the speed controller, the battery, and everything. That they checked the battery and everything, and then when we first got it, the one of the cables was literally unhooked from the speed controller, so we had to solder that back in, which took quite some time because I had already built everything. The canopy was already installed, so I had to like unhook the whole entire speed controller. I wasn't really happy about that because first of all they lied and they said that they checked the speed controller on the little checklist, which they didn't clearly, or maybe I'm pretty sure it didn't get unhooked during the flight here because the speed controller was in the plane, like it didn't even move. So yeah, I was kind of mad about that. Another thing, I really like this plane. First of all, it's cheap. It was like $200. Came with all the electronics. Came with the motor. That was just my fault that I crashed it. I could adopt another. I put another motor, no problem. I had to just drill some extra holes because it's a bit bigger. It's a fun plane to fly. It's 3D. You can do really good 3D maneuvers. It's foam, so if you crash it, no biggie. Well, actually, one of the main problems too was that Hobby King does not sell many parts for it. It sells a canopy, I think the extender. I think it sells only the right wing. It doesn't sell the body. I think it sells the rudder, but not the elevators. So yeah, that was like I was really mad at that because I crashed the body, and I was like, well, what the hell? I can't even find, the fuselage. So now we found one at a European site, but they don't ship to the U.S. So my dad has a friend in Europe, and we're just gonna ship it to him, and he's gonna ship it to us. So yeah, it's gonna cost quite a lot too, because it's overseas. Um, but yeah, overall, if you don't crash it, if maybe you get like a couple of dents, you can fix it yourself. Like I fixed the whole entire fuselage with just super glue, and it holds perfectly fine. So overall, it's a really nice plane. I like to fly it. It's cheap. None of the electronics are bad. The speed controller, I don't know what happened. It just disconnected, I guess. Bad soldering job. We just soldered it back in. It works really good. The motor works really good. The wings are really good. I'm going to put myself another rod. I'm going to buy a carbon fiber rod. I'm going to put it in, well, not rod, but the arrow. I'm going to put it in here like that reaches all the way to the other rod. And I'm going to put a bit of epoxy like that stays in there. And it's really tight. So yeah, that's going to be another. This is my review. I really like it. It's a fun plane. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.